Win number 400 for Bruce Cassidy. The Golden Knights bounce back for a 3-2 victory in Ottawa. More ahead on this WTF edition of Locked On Golden Knights.
You're Locked On Golden Knights, your daily podcast on the Vegas Golden Knights, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Well, hi again, everyone. Tony Cardasco and Chris Golick from Las Vegas. Thanks for making us your first listen every day. You could find us wherever you get your podcast, and please subscribe to our Locked On Golden Knights YouTube channel. We are brought to you today by Gametime. Download the Gametime app. Use that promo code LOCKEDONNHL for $20 off of your first purchase. Terms apply. Mr. Golick, what time is it?
Game time.
Very good. Nice delivery there. And a nice bounce back for VGK last night.
That's what it says up there. See? That's what it says on the thing. See?
Okay. That's on my bullet point. On my napkin it says bounce back. We're bouncing back from yesterday's that was not a good episode. So we're bouncing back because VGK lost. Okay, so they bounced back from that shutout loss in Toronto on Wednesday. Golden Knights had a lot of, again, just issues there. Alex Pietrangelo now out. He was injured. Robert Haig or Hag or whatever you're going to call him today, called up from Henderson. I call him Haig. Eichel, Howden, Dorofeyev goals, and Ilya Samsonov stops 38 out of 40 shots as he wins the grudge match versus Linus Ullmark.
Yeah, I mean, listen, this is getting some stats. Sorry. This is a good game. This is a good situation for the Golden Knights. Sportsbook's big miss on this one. Definitely the wrong line that the books put out there. If you had faith in the VGK, you made some good money at about a plus 130, plus 140 or something last night. So certainly, you had faith, you made some money last night. All right, back to the hockey game here. Like Tony said, this is a good bounce back. Yes, it's the Senators. Yes, it's a bad hockey team. Yes, it's a road game. Yes, it's a team from the East. But all that doesn't matter. Look at what happened against Toronto. Very physical game. Pietrangelo doesn't play, goes down with an injury, upper body, going to be day-to-day, probably back, sometime next week if I had to guess. Already without Mark Stone. Backup goaltender going. And the Senators, they're on a 3-game losing streak, so they're hungry to get out of that. It's a good win by the Golden Knights. It's a very good win by the Golden Knights, who now are 1-1 on this very tough 5-game road trip. And now, obviously, it's on to Montreal, another team not doing very well by any means. I think bottom of the Atlantic Division, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, bottom of the Atlantic. So Golden Knights, all of a sudden, after getting a shutout on the road against Toronto, do have a chance to be 2-1 with the final 2 legs of the road trip still pending.
Passenger Pietrangelo has been a step slow of late, perhaps due to that injury, might be injured for a while. Defenseman Noah Hanifin, he went from the outhouse to the penthouse in the game score impact line.
So I joked that Noah Hanifin was a C student in school that achieved that average by only getting A's and F's and nothing else. And that's really what he has been lately. He's been on, we're talking about on Twitter, the handle Hockey Stat Cards that assesses each player a grade after the game is over. And Hanifin's been at the bottom. And then all of a sudden last night, he's at the top, and it's pretty, right above William Karlsson, Tony, who I'm sure William Karlsson almost got an empty netter last night at the Bell. Did you see that? Were you watching at the very end?
I turned it off.
I think it got blocked, Tony, but if it would have gone in, there might have been like a 1/10 of a second left, and that you would have just absolutely lost it. You would have been angrier than that dog on your shirt right there.
So you didn't even ask. Why is the
you're awesome. You're trying to pull the condos, right? Is that a jinx or no?
Well, yes. Why is the UNLV alum Cardasco wearing a Fresno State Bulldogs shirt that he bought off of Amazon? Why? Because UNLV needs to win out, and Colorado State, which has not played Boise State nor UNLV, they are in second place here, or tied for the lead.
I think
there
the
in
tag is still
conference.
on the shirt, Tony, by your left side, honestly. Other side.
Is that a
Right
tag?
there. It is a tag
What
right
is-
there.
It's fresh.
It is the tag.
Okay,
Oh
that's
my
a
God,
QR
man, I can
code
see
if
you
you
paid
wanna-
$3.99 for that shirt.
Yeah, so I'm trying to jinx their Colorado State, because UNLV gets into the championship game, is what I was about to say, of the Mountain West Conference. If Colorado State loses and UNLV wins out, oh my goodness. And it's crazy because the Rebels are ranked. Colorado State doesn't play any of the powerhouse teams in that stinking other side of the division or whatever they're doing.
There
And
we go.
from 2 divisions, Chris Golick, it's WTF, to just the one. It's just one. So 2 divisions, the Rebels would probably be on top. Jack Eichel. Now, 34 points against Ottawa. That is the most that he scored against any team.
Pretty cool.
He has that first goal, which sort of set, I think, the tone of that contest. Unbelievable. Barbashev just stayed with it, right? Off the rebound, and then a nifty little pass to Eichel, who scores there. Brett Howden, 8 goals now, matches last year's total. And Pavel Dorofeev, who you were really high on, now in double figures with goal number 10.
Yeah, I mean, going with Dorothea's goal first, finds a soft spot, and William Karlsson, just an absolute dime of a pass right there. Some definite,
I took
some
the
nice
under on
sauce.
points. It's good.
Some nice
on
sauce
Vegas
on
right
that
now.
one. Brett Howden. So I'm glad you brought up that second goal. So in the first period, I put out there that the Ottawa Senators were giving the Golden Knights a cross ice outlet pass. And it wasn't even like straight up the boards. It was diagonal across the ice. So if the Golden Knights are passing from, call it the lower right face-off circle, they were completing the pass somewhere between the face-off circles on the left side, like the neutral zone. And that's how far the Sens were given that pass. So I put out there in the first period, I said, VGK is going to have a chance to blow this game open in the second if they connect on a couple of these passes. Lo and behold, Noah Hannafin's pass was a cross ice pass all the way up to, was it Dorothea or not Dorothea?
Carlson?
No, I think it was Barb. Whoever got the first assist on Howden's goal, just a beautiful pass all the way
Maybe Barbashev.
up.
Yeah.
I think it was Barbashev that with the drop pass. Either way, it was just a beautiful, beautiful pass. Barbashev read the play, and Howden took a nice shot. I mean, obviously, Olmark, one he's going to want back, but he found a soft spot. And give credit to Howden for sticking the landing, as he got a stick kind of caught up between his legs too there. So
Tracking Alexander Holtz starts on the top line last night and starts to move down. That guy is just not a fit. I'm sorry, he's not a fit. You can talk about how you're going to think everyone thinks he's going to be a superstar, but that's not it.
I mean, early results indicate that this is one of the few trades that McCrimmon whiffed on. Paul Cotter excelling, obviously, with the New Jersey Devils right now. Alex Holtz not looking the part, unfortunately. And maybe, again, it's early. Hopefully things will certainly tilt for Holtz, and we'll see what Akira Schmid's role is going to be. But again, early indicators are the VGK has absolutely zero faith in him, because Aiden Hill got 6 or 7, whatever the number was, straight starts. So, but back to Alex Holtz. They put him on the top line, Tony. I don't think they put him on the top line to see if he would get chemistry or get something going. I think they put him in a spot where he would have the least liability. Put him out there with Eichel. What possibly can happen bad for a player if you're on Jack Eichel's wing? I think that was the honest to goodness mindset. And what drove me nuts, this is just such a seeing eye play, but this is something that just shows where Alex Holtz is right now. Holtz is coming down. It was kind of a 2-on-1 type of scenario. I think it was in the first period. He fires just this terrible shot from the left side when he has a couple players streaking in, and it wasn't shooting for a rebound. Like, it wasn't a low shot. It was a high shot from a very low percentage area on a transition situation where the Golden Knights were able to score 2 of their 3 goals on the transition. So Holtz, I'm not sure. I mean, he can be sent down, Tony. Holtz is not waiver eligible, meaning, or waiver exempt, I should say. So he can be sent down to the Silver Knights. And I mean, if there's someone, your meme was dynamite about Brendan Brisson last night, by the way. But if there's someone who Brisson's not wishing anything bad on anyone.
I feel so bad for that guy. I feel bad for him. I do.
The NHL is a tough league. The NHL is a tough league, and whatever Brendan Brisson can't figure out, it's starting to get away from him. That's my opinion. I'm with you, Tony. You were joking for a long time about all of his term limits and trips through the rookie camps and everything and all of that. And you kind of saw the writing on the wall then. I was just relax. But I'm not going to give up on the guy by any means. But
I'm not.
If he can't get in the roster, get on the VGK now with everything happening and now with the struggle of Holtz, I mean, I don't know. Just send Holtz down, bring Brisson up. What bad can happen at this point?
So it's been the trickle-down effect, right? With all these injuries with the parent team. And then in Henderson, did I see my man Joe Fleming? I think you and
you're taking my WTF already, but yeah, Fleming and Cameron Hickey both were playing forwards.
They were playing forwards. Unbelievable. Coming up next for VGK, a trip to Montreal. And are they following the Eras Tour? On Saturday, they'll play the Habs. We'll talk about it next, right here on this edition of Locked On Golden Knights. Gametime has a new feature called Gametime Picks, makes getting the tickets for all of your favorite live events even simpler. It's easy. It pretty much filters out all the fluff, shows you only incredible deals on great seats, so you don't have to waste the time searching for thousands and thousands of tickets. They have all sorts of deals, the lowest price guarantee. They have event cancellation protection, job loss protection. Please do not lose your job this time of year. I'm rooting for all of you. Toggling the feature, of course, called all-in pricing. It shows you the total up front, and there are no surprise fees at checkout, which is really good. And you also have to make sure that you turn on this feature so you can check it out. Lowest price guarantee, Gametime credits you 110% of the difference and so much more. Gametime's ticket coverage, your purchase covered with the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry. Download the Gametime app today, create an account, use that promo code LOCKEDONNHL for $20 off of your first purchase. Terms do apply. Again, create an account, use a redeem code LOCKEDONNHL, $20 off of your first purchase. Download Gametime today. What time is it, Mr. Golick?
Game time.
Welcome back on this edition of Locked On Golden Knights. Tony Cardasco and Chris Golick reporting from Las Vegas, home of Formula One. Oof.
Another
I would never go out to practice. I'm getting texts. Are you here? Are you at the track? Are you coming to practice for F1? Get lost. And then again, yesterday, all sorts of people were stuck in traffic for hours. This is just dumb.com. It is. It's pretty silly, right?
Dumb.com. That's good.
New sponsor of our show. So VGK plays the Habs at the Bell Center, Centre. I like that spelling. In Montreal Saturday, despite losing and being in the Atlantic Division cellar, 7-10-2, the Montreal team is improving. They really are. This will be VGK's third game in 4 nights. So that is the danger zone. This is a team that has won the last 2 games, total score of 8-1, 5-1 against Columbus they won, and 3-0 versus Edmonton. And Sam Montembeault has been doing a great job, a 30-save game against the Edmonton Oilers.
Yeah, I mean, going back, the Canadiens are actually 3-4 in their last 4 games. So a win against the Sabres, 7-5. They dropped the decision 3-0 to the Canadiens between there. So a little bit of momentum, I guess you can say, for the Canadiens, who haven't played since the 18th. Jeez, they've had 4 full nights. That's pretty bizarre. I don't know if their Canadiens are going to start off a little bit slow. That's a lot of time off. We'll see how things have gone from, I guess, the practice angle and how how they approach the game. Leading goal scorer, VGK legend Nick Suzuki. Remember, the Golden Knights actually traded Suzuki for Tomas Tatar. That was pretty bonkers how that whole situation shook out. So yeah, we'll see how Suzuki fares in this one. 19 points, 7 and 12. Cole Caulfield, 12 goals, 4 assists, kind of a power play merchant, 6 of those goals on the power play. Mike Matheson, 13 points. Lane Hudson, defenseman, 0 goals but 11 assists. Slavkovsky in his second season.
20 years old, that kid.
Yeah, no, Lane Hudson, he's as far as when we're opening 24-25 Upper Deck products, he's one of the 2 or 3 primary chasers that we're looking for. So nice to see the names, I guess, on the cards hitting the score sheet here. So weird game. Canadiens and VGK have had some weird ones. Was it Pietrangelo who someone got crushed a few years ago? I think Pietrangelo started the fight maybe afterwards. I don't know, but a VGK player definitely got ran once against the Canadiens, and basically it was fight night after that. I forgot who it was, but so there's some weird bad blood against teams, I guess, in the Eastern Conference and the Golden Knights as of late.
Okay, playing better defensively are Les Habitants. They're going to clog the neutral zone, which always gives the Golden Knights troubles. It gives them a lot of fits. We've seen this before. So that will probably be the strategy. They are improving by leaps and bounds defensively from where they were at. So we'll keep an eye on that and whether or not they force the VGK shots to the perimeter. I think that's probably your top key. Oh, great news for the Canadiens yesterday. Patrick Laine back on the ice at practice, had that knee sprain, and they say he's just within a couple of weeks away of returning to the ice. So that will be a huge boost for Montreal.
For sure, yeah. I mean, listen, Canadiens, obviously the path isn't this year, I think, to make the playoffs or anything like that. But you add Patrick Laine to that mix, you give another year or two to the youngsters, and all of a sudden you got a good hockey team. It reminiscent of what's happening down, up, over in Utah, I guess, kind of the same type of situation right there. You mentioned Montebo, 6-8-1, but a 285 goals against it, a 906 save percentage. So having a very decent season. I mean, obviously, again, not getting enough run support, but a 286 goals against it, a 906 save percentage, that'll keep you in the NHL for a very, very long time. Presumably, Aiden Hill obviously will be back in net, and as he continues his tryouts for Team Canada. God, we just keep hearing so much about that. I think we even heard
Team Canada. They're pimping him. VGK's pimping him in a major way, trying to get him. Trying to get him ahead of LT.
The last depth chart I saw for Team Canada didn't even have Aiden Hill on it. It was Logan Thompson was number 1.
Logan Thompson's been number 1. Absolutely. How funny is that? How crazy?
It's
Montreal,
he's earned it. He's earned it.
Yeah. Montreal, a team that has missed the playoffs the past 3 seasons.
Their last trip to the playoffs when the year they took the Golden Knights out of the.
That wasn't bubble land.
The last time the Montreal Canadiens won a trophy, they won the Campbell Bowl, commonly awarded to the Western Conference champion. Such a strange time to be alive after the COVID season, huh?
That you mentioned Slavkovsky, 1 goal last year. I think had 20 goals, and they healthy scratched him. I think the last game or recently, and so they're trying to get him started. They need his goal scoring for Montreal. Another youngster. They've got some great young talent up there.
Slavkovsky comes in at number 10. Of PSA's most graded hockey cards of 2024, one of his all of his cards in totality. Little nugget there.
Little nugget.
So Slav will be fine. I mean, listen, he's young, give him some time, but he'll be fine.
Okay. Wow, you threw in a nickname too. Coming up next, it is that time of the week again.
Slavy.
What the Friday comes your way next on most of these network stations. No, just everywhere on Locked On Golden Knights. Tackle the NFL action with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Right now, new customers can bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if you win your bet. The FanDuel Sportsbook app gives you everything you need to, again, check out and place your live bets on the NFL all in one place. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention that local NFL team is a 6.5-point underdog to Denver. So the Raiders are +6 and a hook, and the total on that game this Sunday is 41.5. I hope it's a good game because I'm going and reporting there. So when you get a hunch in the middle of the game, you can check out the latest stats, your live play-by-play, and so much more on the same page where you place your bets. Just visit FanDuel.com and come and join today. You'll get started with $150 in bonus bets if you win your very first $5 bet. Place it on Fresno State if you want to win $150. That's FanDuel.com. Never waste a hunch. Make every moment more with FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the National Football League. Back on this edition of Locked On Golden Knights, Tony Cardasco, Chris Golick reporting from Las Vegas every Friday, as in today. It's WTF on Saturdays, the Chris Times Chris Jr. Show, the YouTube exclusive. And we have to get into WTF today. So I'm going to start off WTF by saying thank you for once to NHL player safety. Did you see what they did yesterday? They put out a video that more or less clarifies what an illegal hit to the head is. It's rule number 48. And they also, to further prove why Zach Whitecloud's hit was not illegal, was legal.
And Leafs fans must have been so pissed off if they had to clarify that. But keep going.
I mean, and the crazier part is this was sent out. They were awake before noon to send out this video.
Of course, it happened to a Leafs player.
So the main point of contact, Whitecloud hits through the body on Nyes and didn't hit Nyes in the head first. So they showed it. They illustrated it. And I think it was pretty good, especially for some of the VGK fans who might not understand the game. Okay. Well done, player safety, WTF. Peter Puck should have illustrated this from back in the day, WTF.
In short, it's not Whitecloud's fault. He's taller, and Matthew Nyes is a kid skating with his head down. End of story right there. All right, so a couple WTFs here. Number one, this week featured the Golden Knights rocking that lovely 11-7 lineup, and then also featured the Henderson Silver Knights.
Man.
Skating with 10 forwards and 8 defensemen. Now, the two extra defensemen were playing with forwards. They didn't dress 4 defensive lines, but point being is, and I get it's the American League. These things happen based on what's happening in the national level. It's fine, whatever. But again, roster issues galore for both franchises right now, and this could be a concern as the season plays out. So that's my first WTF. Second WTF, I'm still a member when I was employed through Caesars Entertainment. I'm still in some of their Facebook groups and everything, and just reading, you mentioned F1, just reading these stories. I mean, this is an employee getting off work. It took me 2 hours to get out of the garage. Then he tried to make me turn right and go back around. I said, no, I'm going left. He didn't argue with me. So work and then 2 hours to get out of work. Someone at Horseshoe, PH, and Paris stuck for 3 hours. Stuck for 3 hours in the area to get off.
I was clogged there. That's where I got clogged the other night. And it took me an hour to get from Paris to the MGM on that stupid temporary bridge. And they couldn't figure out a better way to divert traffic. WTF.
They should, all these companies should be paying, and maybe they are, Tony. I don't know what's happening, so I'm not dragging them, but all of these companies who have employees working during this should be getting an extra
2 hours?
4 hours a day.
4 hours.
I would say 4 hours a day.
Okay, 4 hours.
Should be getting something.
That's fair. That's going on the
should
ballot,
be getting
bro.
something.
That's fair.
So WTF to and good on all the employees going through this and keeping a clear head and all this. I know you see absolutely no benefit to this as Caesars and MGM raking the money for everyone at the top, and it doesn't go down to all the employees there. But good on them for sticking it out, and hopefully just a couple more days and you guys will get through it. So WTF there. Gonna go on YouTube here for a little bit. So this is a trend right now. Vegas goal, and it's a trend with our show. If the Golden Knights win, more people watch the show. If the Golden Knights lose, less people watch the show. Why? I don't care. It makes no difference.
We're funnier when they lose.
But better. The point is, people do make it a clear. Do take time to chirp us when the Golden Knights win. So Michael Dalsky 1209. You're chirping on YouTube, so I know you're going to hear this. So first of all, first place teams are, and this came 2 hours ago, so this is at 4 a.m. And Mike, before I drag you, I do want to say I thank you for taking the time, whether you agree with what we say or not,
and watching our show.
The fact that you're watching, we do greatly appreciate it. No matter what I'm about to say to you. Yeah. So first place teams aren't lousy. Tony needs to educate himself. I don't know, VGK. Did you say VGK was lousy, Tony?
They were absolutely lousy in that 3-0 loss. I think.
Okay,
I said
fair. They were terrible. They were terrible. They weren't terrible. They
got shut out.
I thought they were better than lousy, but that's fine.
They're lousy.
And then, so here we go. Michael Dalsky 2 hours ago again. We won even though this episode was trash. Why? Because we picked VGK to lose. Like, this is...
So did the betting public.
Right. So the betting world. But here's the point I want to make, Michael Dalsky, and this is directed at you and everyone else right now. You're getting excited and puffing your chest that the Golden Knights beat the Ottawa Senators. The Ottawa Senators. The Golden Knights put out a graphic before the game started. VGK was 10-0-1 against teams with an under 600 points percentage. Under 600. Now the Golden Knights are 11-0-1 against teams with an under 600 points percentage. So here's the stat they don't show you. Here's the stat you didn't see. The Golden Knights are 1-6-1 against teams who have greater than a 600 points percentage. 1-6-1. But Michael Dalsky, you're coming to chirp us because the Golden Knights beat the Ottawa friggin' Senators, a terrible team. A terrible team. WTF, read between the lines, bro. That's all I'm going to say.
Don't say tea leaves. You do that, and I'm going to leave. Okay, the PWHL, Professional Women's Hockey League, they're taking neutral site games out to different venues, NHL venues. So they're going to Seattle, Vancouver, Denver, Buffalo, Raleigh, Detroit, and St. Louis. So 7 cities.
That's awesome.
They're taking this tour to. Where in the stinking world is Las Vegas? We invented hockey here, bro, 8 years ago. How come Las Vegas isn't on there? Well, I guess
8 years ago.
Well, so Lee's Family Forum, I think, is probably absolutely booked, because
Lee's doesn't have any time, said.
Yeah, I don't think they have the time, but you could put them in another venue in our city and the fans will come. I'd like to see that. I'd like to see women's professional hockey. Looks exciting.
All being equal, I would say if we got one of their teams here, well, I would say they outdraw the Henderson Silver Knights.
Oh my goodness! Did you see? There was a video that one of my friends posted. She was at the game. Oh my goodness! It is
Tony, it's a Wednesday night. There's a lot of things going on.
I know, but even so, it's a ghost town.
Tony, I'm agreeing with you. Relax, dude.
It was.
Hey, so here's here you go, Tony. You ready?
It's as sad as that lineup for HSK. Okay.
So the Golden Knights or Silver Knights tonight, Friday the 22nd, are giving away the gravy boats.
Oh, are you going to get one?
To the I don't know if we're going or not, but they're giving away gravy boats to the first 1,500 fans. What I want to know is what are they going to do with the remaining 500?
WTF? That's good. That's good. I want one of those. I do.
We might go. Chris has a practice like at 5:00 today, so
did they give them to the kiddos?
We wouldn't get there till like 6:45. I don't know if we would be one of the first 1,500 fans because this might be the best giveaway in the history of the Silver Knights.
They're doing it for VGK also. It's one of my favorites, I think, and that has to be something that they hand to you on egress. You're not going to carry around like the porcelain gravy boat, right?
Are you kidding, Tony? We care. Hold on,
Tony. Huh?
This is what they gave us. We had to carry Maverick around. Me and Chris had to carry 2 friggin' Mavericks around on Monday. They'll definitely hand you a gravy boat when you walk in and say, "Here you go, bro."
What sways more, the Maverick bobblehead or Bruce Cassidy, would you say? I've got a WTF off of the X. This is from Gary Adrian for WTF. Shoot the puck. Go old school and keep shooting. Pucks at the net on the ice, and there'll be more rebounds than crash the net. But how many times are you watching and you're like, shoot, damn it, shoot. And he put this out yesterday before we saw the rebound goal, Barbashev and Eichel on that combo in front of the net. So he was onto something there. WTF. WTF, shoot the stinking puck. Jack Eichel needs to shoot more, doesn't he? We appreciate everyone tuning in, especially our everydayers. Shout out to our good friends in Singapore. We haven't done that in a minute. Of course, number 3 on the list for most listeners and viewers here on Locked On Golden Knights. Don't forget tomorrow. Is it happening tomorrow? Chris and Chris Jr., the show?
Maybe Chris has a hockey game like in the afternoon, but and then we've been doing stuff in the mornings on Saturdays lately, so I don't know.
It's day to day. It's day to day.
It's day to day, so it'll probably come back in January then.
All right. Enjoy the weekend and enjoy the game against Montreal. Les Habitants should be a good one. We'll put up our predictions on X. And for my man, Chris Golick, I am Tony Cordasco from Las Vegas. We appreciate you tuning in. Another week in the books. On Locked On Golden Knights, please take care.